All right, well, one of the things you have to plan for financially is, of course, your wedding. Well, we've got some lovely ideas for you to plan in terms of how you want it to look. A creative director for Elegant Baskets is it Floral? Floral and Event Decor Studio. Julia Germanovsky is here, and certified wedding coordinator from Brilliant Weddings Event Planning, Malvina Pellerini. Oh, man, struggling today. I didn't get my eggplant. So we're talking weddings. This is the time when people are really in the planning stages, right?
Exactly. A lot of people just got engaged.
Just
after
on Valentine's Day.
Holidays, Christmas, everything.
Yes.
It's the planning season.
Okay, so they call you and they say, all right, we need help. What do you do? What's the first thing you do with your clients?
So the first step is, of course, the best thing to do is to meet your coordinator, and she will help you with a lot of planning.
Definitely. So my job is to set up the clients with the best vendors.
Vendors.
To start, vendors are so important because vendors are the ones that provide you with everything for your wedding.
Right.
Right? So they want to set a budget, and from there we look for the appropriate vendors. So one of the first things they want to do is they want to, after booking the hall, after booking the venue and picking a date and all that sort of stuff, they want to go to the next big thing, which is obviously decor and flowers to make it look pretty. You know what I mean? And so we would go to Julia, and I'd set up an appointment with Julia, and I'd come with clients, and we'd have a consultation, and then Julia, of course, would explain all the things that are possible, infinite possibilities.
So we'll start off with the color of the year, which is purple. So you see a lot of purple in our arrangements.
It's a purple year.
Purple year.
Radiant Orchid is the Pantone color of 2014.
Yeah, so we have a lot of different flowers here, and they're all purple, but different shades of purple. So we have some spider mums, we have carnations, we have more mums, and we have some accents as well. Oh, and we have orchids. These are the dendrobium orchids, and we have some lovely accents. So this is a themed centerpiece, and it actually serves dual purpose. So it can be either an arrangement, so it can be used for your ceremony, and it can be also a centerpiece, depending on the size of your wedding. Like if you have a big wedding, it looks amazing on your table. So we have a lot of accents here. So as I said, it's a themed centerpiece. So as you can see, we have some Eiffel Towers here. So it's a European theme.
It's tucked away in the back.
Yeah.
Probably can't see it. I'll just spin this a little bit.
Yeah, there it is.
There it is.
Right there.
Beautiful
Yeah,
Eiffel Tower.
and we have some birds. Lovebirds, and of course feathers. Feathers are very big this year, so we have a lot of ostrich feathers in our arrangements.
How do the ostriches feel about that?
So these are real ostrich feathers, and so the next arrangement is this one here. So it's sort of like Gatsby style is very popular.
We heard that the Great Gatsby movie was going to influence wedding trends.
Extremely. It's very 1920s vintage style, lots of lace and everything.
So again, we have a lot of pastel colors. We have peach, we have ivory, we have white feathers, orchids. We have actually two types of orchids. We have the dendrobium orchid right here.
Is that this one as
well?
well?
Yes, this one, the sort of like a blush color. And we have some darker orchids inside.
Oh, they can't see that.
Let me show you.
Oh, here's one there.
Yeah.
There.
So we have that. This is the Cymbidium orchid, and we have some spray roses. And of course, the crystals.
Yeah.
So this can be used for your themed wedding, and it can be used for your Gatsby theme. And the third one is seaside. So you have, again, we're using a lot of purples. You'll see some seashells.
Oh, these seashells are lovely.
And we have a lot of hydrangeas, the blue hydrangeas. We have tulips. Again, we have some orchids, fillers, and feathers.
Love those feathers.
So when you're trying to stick with a theme, it's always nice to stick with a theme throughout the beginning to the end of your wedding.
Okay, so if you've got feathers in your floral arrangements,
you may want to have feathers in your hair, or feathers in your bridesmaids' dresses, or maybe a little feather on your invitation, just to give your guests an idea of what your wedding is going to be about, right?
Of course, after we figure out how we want our tables to look, then what's next?
Then what's next? Once we figure that out, then we want to look into the dress.
The dress.
The dress. So we did bring a model with us today. Okay.
One of our models is having a temper tantrum.
That's okay. So this is Nancy, and Nancy is wearing a stunning wedding dress,
That is
which has been
gorgeous.
generously provided by
the bridal suite.
Bridal suite.
And as you can see, we also incorporated a lot of feathers. So in this case, we have peacock feathers and orchids. And going back to our color of the year, the purple color. So we have a lot of purples, different shades of purple. And we have a lot of exotic flowers and Gerbera daisies and tulips in it.
That is a spectacular bouquet.
created by
Wow.
Julia.
That is, I've never seen anything like it.
And thank you so much. And if you look at Nancy's hair, we also have a beautiful hairpiece, and it matches her bouquet. So we have some pearls, and again, we're using the same orchids in purple to match the bouquet.
Isn't that
And again, keeping the
lovely?
theme throughout everything.
Yes, of course. Hey, ask if our other model can come. No? Okay. I thought maybe her mom could come out with her. All right. I just love that. And so you've got the feathers there. So if you've done that, you've incorporated it into your bouquet.
And again, you've incorporated the flowers into your hair, and the beautiful hair was created by
Maya Cabeza Hair Design.
and the lovely makeup that you see on the bride is done by Makeup by Jenny G.
Love it.
And again, both of those you can find on Facebook, Google them, hire them
Instagram.
for your wonderful, for your beautiful events, because they're fantastic. As you can see, this is what they create. Another way to incorporate all the themes is through your place settings. So we just, Julia has provided.
We also
something-
specialize in linens, chair covers.
Yeah, this is lovely.
So it's a very neutral linen, and it works well with bright colors, and it's vintage as well.
It's interesting. It's got a bold pattern, but you call this neutral. That's interesting. Why? Just because it's black and white?
Because it's black and white, and you can add a lot of color.
And as you
to
can
go
see,
with it.
any one of these centerpieces, even if we would lift this one up and put it on the table, or with
It
the
will
whole
work
vase,
well
it will work
with
well
this linen.
as well as the other one.
I also wanted to mention that burlap. If you look at this runner, burlap is very popular this year, as well as lace. It's going to be the hottest trend of the year.
Just it provides that textural. What's the word I'm looking for?
Well, it's a little bit country,
Rustic.
rustic.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Rustic theme. In this case, we kind of used it sort of for our beach theme.
Right.
The
Because
seaside
the
theme,
seaside,
yeah.
the seaside theme, where it can represent sort of with the shells and the beach and all that sort of stuff. Or you can use a tablescape like that. You can use. We've used a charger and a plate, vintage plate on top of that. And then we put some examples that you can use for a boutonniere for the gentleman. And then
lovely.
also a
These
lovely
are the
napkin
napkins.
ring.
We have them in various colors. Right here we have neutral colors, gold and champagne colors.
Isn't that
Yeah.
lovely?
And everything you see here, you can get from Julia's studio. You can get everything. Everything you see, Julia can design.
You know, these days you absolutely need to get a wedding planner, and they'll hook you up with the right people. So Julia may very well be who you call when it's time for your wedding. MyElegantBaskets.com is your website. And do you want to give some contact information for you?
Sure, I'm at brilliantweddings.ca, and
you
you
go.
can also find me on Facebook and on Twitter, and info@brilliantweddings.ca if you need any more further information.
When we come back, Centennial College's Music Industry Arts and Performance Program.